I suspected my wife was planning a divorce, so I moved my assets, and 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in a cheap motel off I-25, staring at a burner phone that just buzzed with a text that's turned my gut to ice. You can't hide forever. I'm Greg, 38, and 3 months ago, my marriage to Kim started crumbling. No fights, just a cold, creeping distance I couldn't pin down. She'd been secretive, distant. Her phone suddenly locked, her nights late at work, stretching thin. I didn't want to believe it. 12 years, a house in Boulder, a life built brick by brick. But the signs piled up, and I acted fast. Now, I'm wondering if I've dodged a bullet or loaded the gun myself. It started with a hunch. Kim, 35, runs a boutique PR firm. Smart, driven, the woman I fell for over beers and bad karaoke. But June hit, and she changed. Meetings she wouldn't explain. Whispers on calls she'd cut short when I walked in. A new perfume I didn't buy. I asked, casual, everything okay? She'd smile tight, fake. Just busy, Greg. My buddy Mike, divorced twice, saw it over beers. She's checking out, man. Lock your shit down. I laughed it off. Paranoid, right? Until I found a lawyer's card in her purse, tucked in a pocket she never used. Divorce consult, free initial. My chest went cold. I didn't confront her. Too proud, too scared. But I moved. Called my accountant, Stan, next day. Shift everything, savings, stocks, the rental property title. Offshore if you can. He balked. Greg, that's drastic legal? I snapped. She's planning to gut me, do it. By mid-July, $400,000 was in a Cayman account, the rental deed in a trust, mine untouchable. Kim wouldn't notice separate finances, my construction biz cash flow masked it. I kept quiet, watched her closer. Her work dinners doubled. Her eyes dodged mine. I slept on the couch, waiting for the shoe to drop. 2 weeks ago, I sealed it, told Stan. Cut her off the joint account, just in case. That night, Kim came home late. 1 a.m., heels clicking, perfume thick, and didn't blink at my rough day. She nodded, distant, client crisis, and crashed upstairs. I checked the account online. $10,000 left, hers to see, nothing suspicious. I thought I'd bought time until yesterday. She left for work at 7 a.m., but I tailed her. Instinct, not trust. She didn't hit her office, drove to a coffee shop, met a guy, suit, slick, 40s. They hugged. Too long, his hand on her back. My blood boiled. Affair? Divorce plot? Both? I didn't go home. Packed a bag, told Mike, she's moving, I'm out. And checked into this motel, 50 miles south, cash only. Told Kim via text, need space, job site issue. A lie she bought with a curt, okay. Then tonight, 11 p.m., the burner I'd grabbed buzzed. That text, no number. You can't hide forever. My hands shook. Kim? Suit guy? Someone else? I'd covered tracks. Stan swore the assets were buried. But my phone's off. My truck's parked 2 lots over, and I'm jumping at shadows. Mike called my burner an hour ago, voice low. She's asking around. Where you are, what's up? Sounded pissed, not worried. Watch your back. Pissed? She hadn't filed court records clean, I checked. But that lawyer card, that coffee shop hug, this text, they're pieces and I'm missing the picture. I moved my assets to protect myself. But now I'm hunted, and I don't know who's holding the leash. I'm staring at this peeling motel wall, burner silent, wondering if Kim's just leaving, or coming for everything I've got left. The motel room smelled of mildew and regret as I clutched the burner phone. That text, you can't hide forever, searing into my brain. I'd moved my assets to shield myself from Kim's divorce play, but now, 2 weeks later, I was a ghost in my own life, and someone her suit guy, someone worse, was tracking me. It was 3 a.m., the I-25 traffic a dull hum outside, when Mike's next call jolted me upright. Greg, she's at your house, tearing it apart. Neighbor saw lights, heard yelling. She's not alone, some dudes. With her. My pulse spiked. Suit guy? What are they looking for? I rasped. Mike paused. Dunno. But she's not crying, she's pissed. Get out of there. Get out? I'd already bolted 50 miles from Boulder, but my gut screamed closer. I grabbed my bag, clothes, burner, a thumb drive with Stan's asset docs, and slipped out, ditching the truck for a beat-up sedan I'd bought cash off a lot yesterday. No GPS, no trace. I drove north, aimless, replaying Kim's last month. Secret calls, that lawyer card, the coffee shop. Fair, sure. But this? Ransacking our house? She wasn't just leaving. She was hunting something, and I'd bet my last dollar it was the $400,000 I'd stashed offshore. I called Stan at dawn, voice low in a gas station lot. She's losing it, searching the house. The Cayman account safe? He yawned, then sharpened. Ironclad. Trust's blind. No paper trail to you stateside. Unless she's got a hacker, she's blind. Blind? That text wasn't blind, it was a taunt. Someone knows I'm running, I said. Stan swore. You didn't tell her? No, just you and Mike. Silence then. Check your tail, Greg. She's got help. Help. Suit guy. I hung up, paranoia clawing. Every car in the lot a threat. I texted Mike. Who's with her? Description? He hit back fast. Tall, dark hair, fancy coat. Neighbor said he's barking orders. Cops came, left. No break-in, your name's on the deed. My stomach twisted, suit guy from the coffee shop, now running her show. I drove to a diner 60 miles out, hoodie up and pulled the thumb drive. Account numbers, trust docs, all locked behind passwords Kim didn't know. Safe, but not if she'd cracked something else. Mid-morning, my burner buzzed. Unknown again. Nice try, Greg. House was a start. Where's the rest? I froze, coffee spilling. The rest? She knew I'd moved assets. How? I hadn't slipped, not to her. I called Mike. Frantic. She's texting. Knows about the money. Leak. He swore. Not me, Stan. Stan wouldn't, 15 years solid. But doubt crept. I texted back. Risky? Who's this? Reply, instant. Someone who sees you. Check your mail. Mail? I ditched home. Motel had no box. Bluff? I risked it. Drove to a Boulder P.O. box I'd kept secret, old biz stuff Kim never touched. Key shaking. I opened it. Envelope, no stamp. My name in block letters. Inside, a photo me yesterday, motel parking lot, truck clear. My knees buckled, followed, snapped, cornered. A note, typed, $400K or we dig deeper. 48 hours. No signature, but Kim's perfume, sharp, new, clung to it. She wasn't just planning divorce. She was extorting me, and suit guy was her muscle. I called Stan. She's got pics, knows the amount. Tail's real. He panicked. How? I'm clean. Your phone. Laptop. Laptop home. Untouched since I'd left. Had she hacked it? Burners knew, I said. But she's close. 48 hours, they want it all. Stan barked. Move, new spot. Ditch the car. I'll lawyer up. I nodded, numb, new spot, but where? She'd found the P.O. box, nothing was safe. Back in the sedan, I drove south, burner off, mind racing. Kim wasn't just leaving. She was stripping me bare, and that dig deeper chilled me. What else did she know or want? Dusk hit, and headlights trailed. Too steady, too close. I floored it, losing them in a maze of side roads. But the noose was tightening, and I was running out of rope. The sedan's engine whined as I zigzagged through back roads, those headlights fading into the dusk but leaving my nerves raw. Kim knew too much. $400,000. My motel, the P.O. box, and that note, dig deeper, wasn't a bluff. I'd moved my assets to outrun her divorce, but 2 weeks later, she wasn't just after a settlement. She was a hunter, and I was prey. I ditched the car in a truck stop lot near Colorado Springs, 80 miles from Boulder, swapped it for a rusted pickup off a sketchy guy for $500 cash, and kept moving south, no plan, just distance. The burner stayed off, the photo and notes stuffed in my jacket. Kim's perfume a ghost I couldn't shake. I crashed at a dive bar motel by midnight, cash up front. No ID, grubby, anonymous, perfect. Locked in, I risked the burner, called Mike, voice hushed. She's got eyes on me, photos, threats. How's she doing it? He sounded rattled. House is quiet now. Cops spooked her, maybe. But that guy, seen him again downtown, near her office. Slick. Asking about you at the bar. Suit guy, her enforcer. What did he want? Pressed. Your moves, where you'd hide. I played dumb. He didn't buy it. My grip tightened, Kim's net was wide, and Mike was a snag. Next, Stan. 2 a.m. His groggy curse when he picked up. Greg, what now? I spilled. Photo of me, 48-hour deadline. She knows the exact amount. Laptop. He swore, possible remote access if she's got skills or help. You leave anything logged in? I racked my brain, construction bids, bank links, all on there, but locked. Or so I thought. Check the trust, I said. Make sure it's airtight. He grumbled. Already is, unless she's got a mole. I'm clean, Greg. Swear it. Clean? Someone wasn't, her intel was surgical. Dawn broke, gray and mean. I cracked the thumb drive on a diner payphone laptop rental. Paranoid but desperate. Trust docs held. Cayman account untouched. Rental title buried in legalese. But an old email, forwarded to Stan, caught my eye. Greg's bonus? $50K? Offshore next week? Dated June when Kim's distance started. Had she seen it? Act me then? I called Stan. That bonus email her? He paused. Maybe. I sent it from my work line secure. But if she got your end, my end, home Wi-Fi, her playground. She's been planning months, I rasped. Stan agreed. Preemptive. Divorce was cover. Midday, the burner buzzed. New text. 24 hours. Drop it. P.O. Box 17, Denver, midnight tomorrow. Or we find you. Denver? I was hours south. How'd she know I'd check? I texted Mike. P.O. Box 17, hers? He replied, no, checked. Rented last week. Cash. No name. Trap. Trap screamed right. I'd moved assets, but she'd moved faster, baiting me back. I called Jen, old college buddy, PI now, discreet. Need a tail, Kim, Boulder, suit guy. Cash wired. She jumped. On it. 48 hours. I've got leads. By night, I was in Pueblo, new motel, burner low. Jen texted. Kim's at her office late. Suit guy's there arguing. Overheard, he's running. Clock's ticking. She's wired. Greg. Something's off. Off. My head spun. Divorce didn't fit this heat. She wanted the money. Sure. But dig deeper hinted bigger. I dug the photo, blurry edge. A hand. Ring glinting. Not Kim's. Suit guy's? A memory flashed. Her client dinner June. A guy with a gaudy ring. Laughing too loud. Not an affair, business? Then it hit 11 p.m. A knock, sharp. I froze, peering through the motel curtain. Dark SUV, idling, no plates. Suit guy stepped out, ring catching light, scanning doors. My breath stopped. He'd found me, hours from Denver, no tail, no leak. How? I grabbed my bag, slipped out the back. Feet pounding, heart slamming. As he kicked my door in, shouting, Greg, now. I ran. Pickup keys slick in my hand, diving into shadows as tires screeched behind. She wasn't just after assets. She'd sold me out and suit guy was the buyer. I tore through Pueblo's back alleys, the pickup's engine rattling as suit guy's SUV roared somewhere behind me. His shout, Greg, now, still clawing at my skull. I'd moved my assets to dodge Kim's divorce, but 2 weeks later, I was sprinting from a trap that wasn't just about money. Suit guy's ring, her perfume, that dig deeper threat. It was personal and I was the prize. I ditched the truck in a strip mall lot, ducked into a 24-hour laundromat, and crouched behind dryers, burner buzzing. Jen. Kim spooked. Suit guy left her office, yelling about finding him tonight. She's not running this. Someone else is. Someone else? My chest tightened. Kim wasn't the hunter. She was the bait. I risked a call to Jen, voice a whisper over the hum of machines. He's here, Pueblo found me. Who's he with? She swore. No tail, how? I've got Kim at home now, alone, pacing. Caught her on a burner, begging someone. He's gone, I tried. Suit guy's freelance, Greg, hired muscle, not her lover. Digging his ID, rings a lead. Hired? My mind raced. June, that dinner, gaudy ring guy laughing. Not a client, a deal. She sold me, I rasped. Jen paused. Maybe not divorce, something bigger. Stay low. I'm close. Close wasn't fast enough. Headlights swept the lot. SUV prowling. I bolted out the back, legs burning, into a maze of warehouses. Burner off, silence my shield. Suit guy's boots echoed, then stopped. Phone to his ear, barking. He's here. Lost him. Deadlines midnight. Midnight, 24 hours from the last text. I checked my watch, 11 p.m. 1 hour. For what? I crouched behind crates, his shadow pacing, ring glinting. Then Jen texted, ID Victor Reyes, XPI, now fixer, works for cash, big players. Kim met him May, public records, bar tab. Not her money. Not her money. My assets, $400,000 weren't the target. They were collateral. I called Stan, desperate. Victor Reyes. Know him? Kim's not after the cash. It's me. Stan swore. Reyes, bad news, black market jobs. You've got something. Business, secrets. Business, construction, solid, small, no dirt. Secrets, I racked, nothing clicked. Assets are safe? Pressed. Locked, unless she's got leverage, he said. Leverage me alive, scared, running. Jen pulled up at 11:30. Black Jeep. No lights. I dove in, breathless. Drive, Reyes is yards away. She floored it, weaving south. Kim's cracking. Tailed her to a park. She met a woman, 50s, sharp suit. Handed her a file, your name on it. Woman's pissed. Where is he? Kim's a pawn, Greg. A file? My name? Jen tossed me a photo. Grainy, park bench, Kim and a stranger. Folder stamped, G. Marshall, confidential. Me. What's in it? I demanded. Jen shook her head. Couldn't snag. Woman's connected. Deep. Reyes answers to her. Midnight hit. Burner buzzed. Reyes. Time's up. Files out. Run, we'll still get you. Files out? I showed Jen. She swore. Blackmail. Corporate personal. Something you don't know. I dug the thumb drive. Old emails. Bids. One jumped. May, a rejected contract. $2 million. Shady firm. Marshall lead. Secure him. I'd passed. Too sketchy, but Kim hadn't. They wanted me for this. I said. Kim traded me, job, intel something. Jen nodded. She's in over her head. Sold you to save herself. Headlights flared. Reyes's SUV. Barreling from a side street. Jen swerved. Hold on. Tires screeched. Metal grazed as he rammed us. I yelled, lose him. She cut through an industrial park. Reyes tailing. Gunshot cracked. Rear window shattered. Jen floored it, losing him in a tangle of lots. But my phone lit. Kim. First time. Greg, stop. They'll kill me if you don't come back. Kill her? Pawn or not, she'd lit the fuse. Jen pulled over, panting. She's bait. Files the key. We find that woman, we break this. Break it? I was hunted. Assets safe but life torched. Kim's plea a trap. Reyes inches off. The file, my name, held the Y, and I die before they got it. Jen's Jeep idled in the dark, glass crunching under my boots as I stared at Kim's text. They'll kill me if you don't come back. Her desperation, a hook I couldn't bite. I'd moved my assets to dodge her divorce, but 2 weeks later, I was dodging bullets, Victor Reyes's SUV a ghost in the rearview, and that file, G. Marshall confidential, the noose around my neck. Jen gripped the wheel, eyes sharp. She's a decoy, files the prize. We hit Boulder. Find that woman. End this. End it? My life was a war zone, and Kim had sold me to the enemy. I nodded. Go Kim's house now. Jen floored it, 90 miles north, my mind churning. May contract, $2 million. Shady firm wanting Marshall lead. I'd refused. Small-time builder, not a crook. But Kim hadn't. She'd handed me over not for divorce cash, but something bigger. The burner buzzed. Reyes. You're late. Woman's not happy. Bring it or she's dead. Bring what? The $400,000? Myself? I texted Stan. File me may deal. Who's behind it? He replied, checking. Stay alive. We hit Boulder at 2 a.m. Kim street dark, her car in the drive. Jen parked a block off. Plan. I grabbed a tire iron from her trunk. Find the file, truth's there. We crept up. Living room light flickered, Kim's shadow pacing. Door unlocked. I slipped in, Jen behind, iron raised. Kim spun, eyes wild. Greg? Oh God, you're here. I cut her off. Where's the file? Who's the woman? She stammered. I didn't mean. I barked. Now, Kim. She pointed. Desk drawer. Trembling. I yanked it. A manila folder, my name inside. Contracts, emails, a photo me, job site, May, and a dossier. G. Marshall Key Asset, proprietary tech knowledge. $5 million value. Tech? I built houses, not gadgets. Then it clicked. Old bid. Subcontractor slipped me plans. Cutting-edge insulation, military grade. Worth millions if stolen. I'd shredded it. Ethics, but Kim hadn't. She'd kept copies. Sold them to woman. Who'd kill to control it. Headlights. Reyes's SUV screeched up. Kim screamed. They're here. I grabbed her. Who's she? She choked. Lydia Crane. Crane Tech CEO. Hired me. Threatened me. Jen yelled. Out back. We bolted, folder in hand. As Reyes kicked the door, gun drawn. Shots popped with splintered. I shoved Kim ahead, Jen firing a flare gun from her bag, blinding him. We dove into the Jeep, peeling out, Reyes cursing in smoke. Jen drove south, Kim sobbing. She found me, May. Knew you'd seen the tech. Offered $500,000 to deliver you. I took it. Greg. I'm sorry. Sorry? She'd faked divorce, staged distance, handed me to Crane, Reyes her enforcer. I snarled. You're dead to me, talk. She spilled. Crane wanted me alive. Tech in my head, patents to steal. Kim's cut was survival, not riches. They'll kill us both now, she whispered. Stan texted. Crane Tech, blacklisted, espionage ties. Files a gold mine. Feds want it. Feds? I called Jen's burner. FBI now. She nodded. Dialed a contact. Ex-cop. Connected. Agent Torres, urgent. We met him at a diner. 4 a.m. hard eyes, badge out. I slid the file. Crane's after me, tech theft, murder threat. Kim's witness. Torres scanned, whistled. This'll bury her. Riz 2. You're safe, Greg, deal. Kim nodded, broken testimony for immunity. Torres took her. Cuffs loose. You're lucky lady. Reyes hit Dawn. Arrested. Crane's mansion raided. File seized. My assets. $400,000. Stayed mine. Divorce filed by me, not her. House sold. I'm in a new state. Burner trashed. Stan guarding what's left. Kim's gone, jail or witness protection, I don't care. Crane's down, tech safe, but I check locks nightly, that dossier burned in my brain. I moved my assets to survive. Turns out I was the asset all along. Done. How do you rebuild when trust was the first casualty?